It's your boy, and we're back with another Master Duel video. Today, we have something new. We got an updated Exodia list. Shout out to Meticulous, a new subscriber to the channel. He's been commenting on some videos and showing me some cool Fiendsmith plays that we can add to the Exodia deck that we're playing. And we've managed to get Exodia into a full 2-card combo, into a full Fiendsmith line that's layered properly, that can be used alongside Exodia. So this is the new list that we're on. You'll notice a couple of changes. The extra deck, there's a lot of changes, but we've swapped out the Horus engine for the Brilliant Fusion engine. It's a little bit more efficient on the card economy. We're not having to discard so many cards in order to use it. And we're only playing the one Exodia. The reason is because the extra deck is extremely tight. I wish that we could add a second Exodia, but this is how it is for the moment. We're playing a healthy amount of fusions in the deck, all of them with specific purpose. Of course, we need our Exodia, we need our Fiendsmith fusions, and you'll notice a new one. We got Rextramind, very awesome card. Can't wait to show that off. And we're playing Necro Equip alongside our other fusion options as well. It's going to help us make Caesar. It's going to help us layer our board in such a way where we can resummon something like a Desiree over and over again on our opponent's turn. That way we can play our Exodia and then summon the Desiree on their turn and play around the shuffling effect of Ankh. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into some replays so I can show you what the deck does. Alright, so in this first replay, we're going first, and we've got a solid hand. We can get into our Fiendsmith plays, and we can play our Exodia at the same time. So we're going to go ahead and show off that combo. We're going to go ahead and use Heart of the Eyes of Blue in our hand to get Ankh, and then use Golem. In order to summon itself, we're going to reveal Ankh so we don't pay any life points. We're going to get to Wedju Temple, put the Trick Clown from our hand onto the field so we can get to Sengenjin. And then we're going to use our 2 monsters, go into Moon of the Closed Heaven, and then go into Requiem. Use Requiem to get to Lacrima, and then send a new card that we're playing, Fiendsmith Kiri. What Kiri is going to let us do, it's the second part right here. We can banish this card from our graveyard, fusion summon 1 Fiendsmith fusion monster from our extra deck using monsters you control or monsters in your spell and trap zones that are equipped to a Fiendsmith monster as an equip spell. So we're going to go ahead and equip Requiem to Lacrima, fusion, go into Fiendsmith's Lacrima, resummon Lacrima of Crimson Tears, and then go into Sequence. Use Fiendsmith Lacrima, send the Moon of the Closed Heaven back, do some burn, and then use Sequence to go into Rextramind, link off into Agmande. We use Rextramind also to send Fiendsmith Engraver. So when we link off into Agmande, we get Fiendsmith Engraver back to our hand. We're going to use Engraver, get to Tract, use Tract, get to Lurie, send Lurie, summon Lurie, and then we're going to revive Engraver, use Tract, go into Desiree, equip Sequence, go into Necro Equip, then use Ankh, summon Exodia, and just spin back the Necro Equip Princess and the Trick Clown we had in the Spell and Trap Zone. So now we've got our Lacrima, Crimson Tears, to summon Agmande, and then Agmande to summon Desiree and equip Agmande to it. So we're going to have an Omni Negate along with our Spell and Trap Negate on Exodia and the Field Wipe of Exod. So not too bad, not too bad. And we have Heart of the Blue Eyes in our graveyard as well, so that's going to be an extra layer of interruption. And then we've got Artifact Lancia in our hand. So we're going to go ahead and summon Desiree, outside of their main phase, just in case they have talents. They go ahead and play Sweet Dreams and Nimleria. Now, I'm reading this and it's just a Rhoda, essentially. It just adds a Nimleria to hand. But this little bit of text, then if you have Dreaming Nimleria face up in your extra deck, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects this turn when a Nimleria monster is normal or special summoned. So, I'm kind of, I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm hoping that negating this with Exodia is going to shut off that extra part as well. So we go ahead and negate that. They have their Dreaming Nimleria, and it's going for its effect. Now I know this is a strong card in Nimleria's. I just don't know how strong. I'm not very familiar with Nimleria's at all. So we're going to Desiree here, hoping to play around this effect because I don't know if this is turned off on the Sweet Dreams. So instead of destroying it, we're going to go ahead and Desiree. Then he summons Regenesis Archfiend, getting Regenesis Warrior to hand, summoning Warrior, and then he goes to Tribute Warrior to bounce our Exodia back to the hand. So now we don't have a choice. He's going to turn off our trap card, Exod, anyway, so we're going to go ahead and flip it up. So now we don't really have anything else other than Heart of Blue Eyes. But he just sets 2 and he passes. So we're going to go ahead and summon Sangenjin, and that's when he's going to scoop it up. We were going to go for a game anyway. We had it. It didn't seem like he had much there. So far, it seems like the Fiendsmith engine really does, or the new parts of the Fiendsmith engine really does add a lot of power to the Exodia deck. We got another game here, and it looks like we're going first again. But this one, we're going to show off a particular matchup. We're going to go ahead and use Heart of the Blue Eyes and get Ash Blossom. That's fine. We're going to use our shield, but we're going to get Max Seed, so we're going to have to Called by the Grave that, so they don't get 2 draws off of this. Summon our shield. That way we can get to Ankh, use Ankh, summon Exodia, set Super Poly, and then set Exod from the deck. So we have 4 interruptions here, and we're playing against Ryzeal. Now he does have the worst starter for the deck, Sword Ryzeal, so that's good on our part. We're going to be looking to stop as much as we can, but we know that we can't stop the searching, so doing the field wipe doesn't really do a whole lot, so we're going to see what he searches off of this first. We're definitely losing our Exodia effect through the aggregator, and then he searches Node Ryzeal. We just let that go through. We still don't do anything, and then he goes and he summons it, and that's a mistake. So we're going to go ahead and use Super Poly because he has 2 fires, Sword Ryzeal and Node Ryzeal. Make Garura, and then he just scoops it up because he had no other extenders after that. He probably should have went for Ice Ryzeal, honestly. But that's going to be it for that game. Let's go ahead and move into the next one. We have the second game here, and it looks like we're going second this time. We have Maxi. We're going to drop it in the draw phase because we've got the follow-up Super Poly, so we're not too concerned. They just set 2 and pass, so we're going to go ahead and use the top deck Heart of the Blue Eyes to try and bait out an Ash Blossom. No Ash Blossom, so we're going to go ahead and normal summon Lacrima of the Crimson Eyes, or Crimson Tears. We're going to send Fiendsmith Kiri, and then immediately going to go into Requiem. We'll go into Engraver, and then attach the Requiem using the Kiri in our graveyard to fusion summon. Go to Fiendsmith Lacrima, summon the other Lacrima, main deck Lacrima, and then he's going to reveal what he's playing. He's playing Blue Eyes, so he's going to use Majesty of the White Dragons, revealing 2 Blue Eyes in hand, so it looks like he bricked. We're going to go ahead and use Lacrima to send back Engraver, and then we're just going to go ahead and go for Millennium Ankh. He's going to chain Majesty of the White Dragons and go for what looks like a ritual summon. So he's going to summon his Chaos Max Dragon, which is wild. But that's fine. He's got 1 set. We're just going to punch over his Chaos Max Dragon with our 8k Exodia. Set Super Poly, set Exod, and pass turn. We're feeling pretty good. We're in a very beneficial position. He's going to go ahead and negate our Exodia with Imperm, and then he's going to chain Ultimate Fusion when we go to negate it. We have to negate it, otherwise our Exodia is turned off for the turn. And then we're going to go ahead and use Lacrima Engrave to summon Requiem out of our grave. We know he has Blue Eyes in hand, so this is all he's got. We're going to use Heart of the Blue Eyes because he did summon a level 8. And bounce that, or no, send it to the grave and then summon it. And then use Requiem to get Lacrima of the Crimson Tears. Send Engraver, and he's going to just pass his turn, and that's it for us. We're going to go ahead and move into the battle phase here and attack with our own Blue Eyes against the Blue Eyes player, because Grandpa's Blue Eyes is the best Blue Eyes. That's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. This is the deck again, if you guys didn't get it the first time. My initial thoughts so far on the new parts of the Fiendsmith engine added into this deck is very positive. I think it's just a little bit more of what the deck needs. The fact that you can use extra men to recycle Exodia potentially is really cool. I really like a lot of the synergies in the deck. It really feels like it lets the deck do more. It still doesn't do too much, but it does do more, and honestly helps play out a lot of those interruptible situations where your opponent's just going to slap all their hand traps essentially against your Fiendsmith plays. You'll just get Exodia, and sometimes Exodia is enough. But that's going to be it for the video, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Later.